time to add some more sparkle. In this segment, we'll work on setting stones, including a side pavé and an ornament pavé. Ready to add some bling? Now, it might be that you want to add any kind of nice gemstone. And I highly suggest for that to again use the Jewelcraft add-on. Let's say we wanted to fill some of these holes with stones. And we can have all kinds of different cuts, but for this particular design, I think a round one works well. And maybe 2 millimeters for now. We can switch this up later, no problems. And we could, for example, choose a garnet, which has a nice red color. So it will be imported into the viewport already with a red color visible here, which you can find in the material settings. It has a base color of red, but it is also in the viewport display set to red so that we can distinguish the colors even when the rendering settings are not turned on. And you can also see the beautiful stone. Just notice that I want to change the shape here a little bit so that this piece is not visible. There you go. All right. And now you can just bring up this stone somewhere where you want it to be. For example, here in the center. So you can bring it up here, or say you want to place it in this hole. And then we can set the pivot point to median and we can scale this up. And we can just place it somewhere in here so that it looks nice and it is filling up this empty space here. And of course, now we can create more gems from this one if we want more garnets. Okay, and if we want more stones, of course, we can add more gems and of different colors, obviously. So if you want to have some just simple diamonds, we can get this as well. And then we can plug it in here. We can always copy a material and just style it ourselves into a different color. Maybe we want to have some blue gem here instead of a green gem. So we don't have to kind of religiously follow the samples which are there. We can just build our own little collection. So in this way we can build a little sky of diamonds. Of course this one is green here because the sapphire still has inherited the green color from the emerald, but we can change that here so that we can see the correct color as well. And in that way we can fill up the whole ring. Just be aware that if you put stones on the bottom of a ring, they will most likely break very quickly because you will smash the ring against stuff inevitably. So it is useful to just fill up the upper half of the ring with stones, otherwise you might not be happy about it for so long. But of course for the rendering, you can just do whatever you want and just get crazy with your fantasy and ideas. The colors are quite strong, so maybe you want to tone them down a little bit so they look a little bit more realistic in this whole setup. And maybe you want to do some monochrome design where all the stones are more or less in a similar color, or you want to go for a rainbow look. So everything is possible. Also check out another camera view from time to time, just to see stuff from the other side. Now, we can also build prongs and cutters for our stones with the Jewelcraft add-on. For example, here they overlap quite a bit, and it might be nice to cut some hole for the stone so that it is not interfering with the metal so much. But for now, I would just leave it like that,
because we would have to transform our ring from a curve to a mesh. But then we will lose the ability to easily manipulate the shape. So for now, let's leave it as it is.
So now I'm selecting all the silver pieces because I want to make them gold again. I'm not so happy with the silver color. So I just select all of them, and then at last one that is already golden, Ctrl L and link materials, and then they should all be golden.